He bought me a car. Let's talk about it. Hello you guys, what's tea girly girls? It is Mar back with another video, and like I always say, don't be scared to fall because you may fall into a better situation. I like to feel like I'm a part of that better situation. You're already here, so you might as well subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into this story time. As you guys can see by the title, we're going to be talking about how I got this man to buy me a car. This was when I was in my city boy era. All these people coming at me, and how could I not take advantage of all of these people coming at me to not get what I want? This was between the time of me just graduating high school and I was getting into adult life and I was just figuring things out. You know, I had moved away from my dad. I was like 17, 18 or whatever. Just basically supporting myself. So I didn't have the means to really get another car at that time because I had worked so hard to get my first car and I wrecked it. The story time about that will pop up right here in the cards. But yes, I definitely I ruined that car, totaled it in Alabama, and I needed a new car or whatever. I wasn't thinking about a car when I was in this relationship. At this time, I was working at Walmart. The tricky thing about during this time was I was just new on the gay scene. So when you're new on the gay scene, you have all of these people coming at you. It's basically like a freshman going into high school and just all the seniors just coming at you. And I have so many different experiences with so many different men that only want to take advantage of me. I've engaged what I like in a guy, I don't like in a guy. I'm kind of blind to dating, so I don't really know if a guy's playing in my face. I'm not really that hip yet onto things, so a lot of guys at this point in time took advantage of me just being vulnerable and just not really knowing the ins and outs of what exactly I wanted for myself. And they definitely took advantage of that. But it wasn't too long before, I got up to speed on things because I wasn't no dumb girl. I always had standards, I always had values. But I would be crazy to say that I wasn't naive and I was a little bit more delusional, a little bit more ditzy when it came to talking to these men. And they could easily say anything to get in them draws. And it wasn't because I was an easy person. It's because I actually believed in love. They knew that they was full of shit. And they knew that I believed in love. So they took advantage of that. Wow. I really came out the closet to be treated like shit. But you live and you learn. And I'm learning. I'm going through this flow of things. So I'm talking to this guy. So I'm back on the market. But also at this time, I'm traveling back and forth to Memphis. I'm going to the club. I'm popping my shit. I'll insert some videos. I definitely want you guys to connect with the story time. So I'll insert some videos throughout the story time. So I was going back and forth to Memphis. I was traveling with my 4 friends at the time. And we were just having a good time. I remember I got drunk for the first time. What was I doing in the club at 14 and 15 drinking? Why did they let me in? I don't know. But I was in there and I was having the time of my life. I'm glad that I got that shit out the way. I got that phase out the way because now in my 20s, I don't drink as much as I used to when I was 15, 16, 17, 18. It got old really, really quick. And I'm so glad that I got that little phase over with. I cannot see myself doing it from 20 to 30. I'd rather get that shit out the way from 15 to 20. It got old really, really quick. And also too, the clubbing scene is not how it used to be. Like it's too section-y. It's too people sitting down. It's too clicky. I remember when I used to go out to the club, I would be so drunk. So many people would have my phone. I would wake up the next day scared to look at my story because I would have so many different niggas just uploading stories on my phone. Like if I could find the videos, I'm gonna insert them because it was one night 10 different guys had my phone and I was next to them. They was like next to me. I'm drunk. I don't remember nothing. And it was this one specific time I went to Atlanta where I got drunk as hell and my friend had to literally carry me. The security guard had me over his shoulder.
Literally every time we go out.
Literally dead weight. I ain't never got drunk like that ever in my life. I got some shit for y'all. I got some stories. During this phase or whatever, I was meeting all of these guys, talking to these guys, had all these guys coming at me, had different encounters with guys, whatever. Just all just bullshit. When I would go out, it would be just like, it would be so much like, it's like people, it's like men, they just know a new face to a city. But this man that I met, I did not meet him in person. I met him online. He had been trying to talk to me for years. He was a fairly older man. And he was also someone that I talked to when I was in high school, maybe 16, 17 or whatever. He would bring me food to school, cash out me money whenever I needed something. Like I knew he was older than me. I knew that I wasn't going to take him serious or nothing like that or whatever. But I like the fact that you sending me money and stuff like that. I'm just being one of those little city girl, she just bragging on just having a man, not telling nobody, not showing nobody what it looks like or whatever. I'm just enjoying the benefits of having somebody that actually likes me. And I don't give a fuck what you look like as long as you putting some money in my pocket. If you bringing me lunch and picking me up from school, I don't care. At that point, it was one of those guys. And we kind of fell off because I got into a serious relationship. He came back around. It was a very easy conversation. I was just telling him, like, I had a wreck going to see this guy, this and that happened, and I lost my car. I had to move back in with my dad. My dad had to help. I didn't even stay with my dad long. That was very short-lived. Like, I stayed with him maybe a week. I literally went home and I looked around. I'm just like, this don't feel like home no more. And I literally walked back out the door. He was just like, I'll help you get a car and stuff like that. I really love you, Marcel, and I've always loved you. I've always wanted to be with you. And me and this man have never done anything. Like I said, I've been talking to this man since I was like 16 or 17. We ain't never did nothing. Like, he ain't never tried me like that. I've never even gave that type of vibe. Of course I was. She sent a little picture here and there, whatever. You got to do something to keep a man around. But I was really on some city boy shit. And I was just like, if he gonna be coming at me like this, at least I can get something out of it. He was buying me food and my phone bill, coming to pick me up from work and stuff, like taking me out to eat, just driving me all over the place. Like, he was a very chill guy. He was very nice. I don't take nothing from this man. This man was very, very fucking sweet. But I was young and I needed to experience more of life before I decided to settle down with somebody that was, at the time, 25 years older than me. I just needed some time to think on that because this ain't Beyonce and Jay-Z. I'm just, that's not him for me like that. But he definitely had the coins. So I love that. And feeling like that girl. It was just giving very much that I'm young, hot, and turned. I'm thinking like, oh my God, this is the life. Like, I ain't gotta lay down with this man. I ain't gotta do nothing. He just love on me. Damn, I can get used to this. I wonder how far I can take this. He was one of those people, he was just like, I don't want anything from you. I just like your time and I just love your intention or anything like that. You don't really have to give me nothing. Like, I don't really want to have sex with you. And these are the things that he would say to me. Like, this was an older man, probably was afraid to have sex with me anyways. I didn't even realize it was predatory behavior at the time. I was just enjoying the benefits of it. Very immature of me. We were linking up with each other or whatever. And I remember I was with my best friend one time and I was just showing him about this man or whatever. And then she was like, I know him too. Like, he tried to talk to me. Like, I called him from my phone and I was just like, do you know my friend? And he was like stuttering and shit. And then I was like, the fuck? I said, so you trying to mac? I didn't know it was like that. And we didn't really do nothing or whatever. Come to find out, my friend got some money out this man. Gave him a lot of money to take a trip. So I'm just like, you trying to run game. You being secretive. You being sneaky. I want some money too. So I'm not special. He does this for everybody. So I call him up on the phone or whatever. And I was just like, you know my friend? And then he was like, who's your friend? My friend blah, blah, blah. And then he was like, we had some dealings in the past and this and that, but he ran off on me. He did this and that. He just used me, this and that, and all this other stuff, which was probably true. But me, I was just a little bit more deeply involved in this man. So I already knew that I could get a lot more. In that moment, I was just like, no, I don't want to entertain this no more because for one, I don't see myself actually pursuing this, and this is just basically wasting my time. He did realize then that he was talking to two people that were friends, and that just made him really lock down on me and really like try to commit to me even more. He was blowing my phone up and was just like basically trying to plead with me, telling me that it was in the past, that they don't have anything going on, that he actually likes me and that he actually wants to pursue me and just actually be with me. I'll buy you a car. I've been telling you I was going to buy you a car. And he said this like so much. I never believed him. So I was working at Walmart and I can remember like it was yesterday. Like, I was getting a cute coin from Walmart. I felt like that girl just making my little coins or whatever. At this point, he really pressed the gas on trying to pursue me because he felt like that I was looking at him sideways because he had dealings with a friend of mine, which I was. So like, I wasn't feeling that. I'm not finna be, it's just never gonna roll over with me or whatever. Getting more distant with him, but he's stepping closer. I remember he was just like, I'm gonna get you a car. And I was just like, no, you're not. You're lying. I would never accept nothing like that from a man because all they're gonna do is try to get it in their name and they're gonna hold it over my head. And he was like, no, I'll get it in your name. I'll pay your down payment. I'll get your insurance and I'll get it for you. And I didn't think nothing of it. Being distant with him, I'm going on about my life and things like that. He's still on my phone, ringing my line and things like that. I was at Walmart working and I was on my break. I was working at the cashier, whatever, having a good day or whatever. I'm buying out with the coworkers and things. He texted me. He was just like, I'm at your job. I brought you lunch. And I was just like, I can't come out there and get that food. I was telling him that I couldn't come outside, but I was asking my boss, could I go outside real quick to just check my car? And I was wondering, why the fuck did he come like really, really late that night? Cause I got out really, really late. And I went outside, and I remember the minute I walked out the door, he was waiting for me, and he was like, I got something for you. And he had a Toyota Corolla, an all black Toyota Corolla. I'll insert pictures of the car. Oh my God. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, oh my God, this man really got me a motherfucking car. And I'm just like, he really liked me that much. And I'm just like, overjoyed. I ain't never had nobody like buy me a car. And he was like, it's in your name. I put you on my insurance and stuff like that, so you don't have to worry about that or whatever. I really like you. I really want to pursue you. I really want to take this to the next level. I want to show you that I'm all about you. I'm trying to button my shirt up. What the fuck is going on? It's like, I really want to show you that I'm all about you. And I'm just like, my pussy is tingling at this point because I ain't never had nobody did nothing like this for me. I definitely wanted to give it to him. He still never got it because it was still giving 30, 40 something. It was still giving that. So I was just like, but I was like, oh my gosh, he really likes me. Oh my God, he really likes me. But then the guilt starts to set in because I was just like, I know I'm never going to look at this man the same. But I wasn't finna turn this car down. That was just not finna happen. So, of course, I took the car or whatever. We continued communicating and things like that. It was just no way that I was going to be able to get out this relationship. Anyways, considering how serious it was getting, and he was very intentional with how serious it was getting because he knew that I was stepping back once I found out that he had some type of dealings with one of my close friends. That car wasn't going to put me back in. I was very appreciative for it. That I ain't never had nobody did nothing like that for me. That was tea. But I was like, call me crazy, but I like to have a man that's all to myself. I don't want a man that's all on the scene, that everybody done had him. I don't want no man like that. I don't want nobody like that. I'm not that type of person. It's not many people out here in these streets that can say that they had me, and that's the type of man that I want. I don't need every time I'm going to the club somebody looking at me sideways because they done had you too. But I wasn't finna turn this car down. I would be crazy if I did. I hopped my happy ass up in that car, pulled in the driveway. My family like, oh my God, where did this car come from? And I was just like, my man bought it. What you mean? Just got it like that. I went to Atlanta in that car. I went everywhere in that car. That's one thing I can say about that car. That car took me so many places. I'm forever grateful for this man, for this car. He really did your big one. And his dick was huge. No. That was another reason we didn't do nothing because fuck no. Oh, hell no. I've seen it. It's scary how big a dick can be. It's actually very, very scary. That's it for you guys. I got the car and I ended up eventually just cutting them off because I got in the serious relationship when I was like 18 going into 20. So I ended up cutting that off. So definitely don't forget to subscribe, you guys. I hope you're enjoying. And I will definitely see you guys in the next video. If you want to see this full out in its glory, head over to my shorts where you can see all of my fashion inspo. Until then, I will definitely see you guys in the next video. And don't forget to stay honest. Bye. Bye. Period.